You take a seat at the bar and order a drink. You begin to talk to the other women behind you. They look up and smile at you, but they don't acknowledge your presence. You're starting to get suspicious. You decide to talk to the bartender. The bartender looks at you and smiles. She says,
"Hello, Mr. Smith,"
and then turns her attention back to the customers. You turn around and address the patrons in front of you. Ask the bartender, "Since when have you been a woman?" The bartender responds,
"Since forever, sir."
You respond, "And since when have you been a waitress?" The bartender smiles and says,
"Yes, sir. Since I started working here."
You interrupt her and say, "And since when have you been a human being?" You ask to speak to the old-timer that used to work behind the counter. The mustache man. The bartender looks at you and says,
"Ah yes, the mustache man. He's retired now, but he used to be a very good employee. We should thank him for his service."
Suddenly, a moment of hyperspatial realization arrives into the dome of your skull. Someone's messing about with this universe. Things and people like the old-timer don't just retire like that in real life. Wait, or do they? You decide to investigate further. You go to the old man's barbecue. You enter the bar and sit down at one of the tables. The old man sits at another table across from you. Ask the old man, "Hey, weren't you the original bartender at the whorehouse back in the day? Is this where you've retired to?" The old man replies,
"Yes, it was me. I used to work at the whorehouse. This is my retirement plan. Will it still be the usual for you, sir?"
You reply, "No, because I'm not retiring. I want to know why the hell you're bothering with this place." The old man says,
"I thought you might, so I came here to see if there was something more than just a job involved in this place. Besides, I'm getting older, kid. Whoring is a hard business. Let the women handle it. Wanna know how I got these scars?"
He shows off the scars running across his arms, cheeks, face.
Well,
From all the cat fights that I had to intervene in. At this age, I might have 99 problems, but I sure as fuck am glad that bitches ain't one.
You ask, "So, what did you come here for?" The old man tells you that he wants to tell you something important. He hands over a piece of paper and asks you to read it. You attempt to read the note, but notice there's nothing but a very crude, smutty drawing of a penis and a vagina in the paper. You are baffled and raise your eyes to the man, who in turn smiles back at you with a wide grin and says,
Ha. Gotcha.
You laugh and say, yeah, whatever. What's this then?" The old man explains that the picture on the paper is actually a drawing of a soul. "Holy fuck!" You shout out loud.
Exactly that.
The old man begins to laugh uncontrollably. You ask, "What the hell?" The old man continues to explain that the drawing is a representation of a soul. A living soul, which is composed of many parts. Each part contains memories and emotions. These memories and emotions are what make up the person's personality. He continues this odd-sounding universal explanation of his, and clarifies it with a remark.
Now you understand why everyone's a portion of a dick and a cunt in everyone at the same time. The real problem here is if the two worlds no longer converge, though. Then the soul recycler, which is terribly imbalanced as it is, might stop working altogether.
You think about this. The old man seems to be saying that the only way to fix things is to bring them together again. You continue asking, "But why would we need to do such a thing?"
All life held so dear is merely a prolonged juggling act with lit dynamite sticks.
He answers with a sigh and continues to gaze outdoors from the windowsill silently. You continue asking, "If that's true, then why do you care about this place?" The old man shrugs his shoulders and says,
Because I love you, son. That's why. And it'd be a shame if anything happened to the soul recycler.
Thoughts begin ringing in your ears. Holy fuck. Indeed. You now understand the causality and correlation between the whorehouse, the soul recycler and the old man. The big picture is beginning to take form. The hair at the back of your neck begin to rise. You continue asking, "What does this mean?" The old man looks at you and smiles.
It means that you can help us. We could use your help in fixing things.
Say to the old man, "Listen, old man. Anything for you. For old time's sake. And for other reasons, too," and wink and nod. You continue. "What else do you know about the soul recycler?" The old man looks at you and nods. The old man is silent for a moment.
So, you really want to know about the soul recycler?
You agree to the question. The old man is silent for a while. Finally, he speaks.
I don't know much about the soul recycler myself. But I've heard stories from my friends who worked in the factory. They said that they used to get their souls taken away when they were little kids and brought here, but never returned.
You start to think about it. This explains a lot. Why everything has collapsed, and why the only thing even remotely working around here is the whorehouse. Back in the day, they used to say because human beings were overproduced in quantity into the earthly plane, there were people born without a soul at all. The soul recycler couldn't keep up with the population explosion. Oh well, after explosion, it's implosion, I guess. Where was I again? You say, as your mind begins to drift. You wake up. The old man is gone. Your body feels heavy and weak, like you haven't slept properly in days. You feel like you should go home or something, but you're not sure how to proceed. Your mind drifts further away into the ocean of thoughts, and you begin to hear the odd familiar nursery rhyme from between the sound of the ocean waves hitting the shore. Merrily,
Merrily, merrily,
merrily.
life is but a dream.
You open up your eyes. You sit up slowly, feeling very tired. The sun shines brightly on the beach, illuminating the area in a warm light. You look around and see nothing amiss. You didn't fall asleep anywhere strange or dangerous.